Holy shit, guys. Cheers. It is Sunday morning, and UFC 320 was probably one of the craziest events of the season. I mean, how could it not? I got my tits out, by the way. That's how crazy this video is. How could it not be, dude? Like, with Yuri's insane comeback, Pereira literally just murdering Big Ank, and some other crazy stuff going on in the prelims and other fights, too. To be fair, the early prelims were pretty mid, but after that, it was wild. Apparently, Patchy mix is just dog water. Yeah, dude, there's so much shit to talk about this video. I'm really excited. Marab obviously just putting on another dominant performance, but like not as dominant as I thought. Like I thought coming into this video, and I know that I titled the last video. Again, we're gonna break down all these fights later, but quickly I want to touch on this. Like when I did my predictions for this video, I did pick Marab. The title's like, oh, like Marab is done. Of course, Sandhagen's going to beat him. But I did pick Marab. Like, realistically, Marab should win this fight. But it was a close fight. And the reason it was a close fight is because Corey Sandhagen is fucking good. Like, without Marab here, dude, Corey Sandhagen is a world champion, for sure. This guy, obviously, he has other fights against people like Umar and stuff like that were tough fights, close fights. But he fought really, really good against Marab. And people are going to say, like, oh, like it was dominant performance from Marab. It was a really close fight. Like Marab didn't dominate really any kind of aspect of this fight. The only thing that he did like exceptionally well that won him the fight was get takedowns, but he didn't do anything with the takedowns. Of course, Sandhagen's takedown defense and ability to get back up to his feet, avoid damage was really, really, really spot on. Obviously, Marab almost like knocked him out in the second round, which was wild. But for the most part, like, Corey Sandhagen put on a hell of a performance and fought Marab about as good as he possibly could have. It was more just like Marab would take him down, he would stand up. Marab would take him down, he would stand up. He'd win a couple of striking exchanges. It would be close in the feet. Marab would take him down, he'd stand up. And, I mean, in terms of damage and, like, actually just, like, domination, Marab didn't really dominate him. Like, he was able to take him down, but he wasn't able to hold him there. He was able to take him down, but he was able to land in ground and pound. Obviously, in the second round, he had that, like, knockdown. Josh Emmett's training schedule with TJ Dillashaw did not work one fucking bit, which I honestly hate because I thought like, and I think if you run this fight back any other time, I think Josh Emmett does a little bit better than that. Like that was just like, he just got caught so quickly and it sucks. It happens, but it sucks. Great win from Yusup as well. Anyways, we're going to go through all these fights. There'll be timestamps and everything like that for you guys who want to skip things like the Veronica Hardy versus Brogan Walker breakdown, which I absolutely don't blame you for. Go for it. Skip to that. I'll kind of try to keep some of these quick. I was napping for like the early prelims, so I had to go back and watch it on this amazing website called fullfights.net. If you guys haven't seen it, you can kind of go watch all the recaps for the fights, which is awesome. Quick little coffee sip. But yeah, I had to go back and watch some of these fights. Obviously, I watched the prelims and the main event in real time, but this one I went back and watched. And to be fair, I fast forwarded through a lot of this fight because it was pretty fucking boring. Kind of went exactly how I predicted. I did okay on predictions for this fight card, not really amazing, but okay. Veronica Hardy just was the more technical, better fighter. She wasn't as strong as Brogan Walker, so she had a little bit. There's some moments in the fight where she was getting thrown around a little bit. Brogan Walker got some good takedowns here and there, but didn't really do anything with it. But Veronica Hardy pretty much just out-techniqued her on the feet, out-footworked her, had better footwork, had better movement. She almost had an armbar in the first round, which she thought Brogan Walker tapped to. In the post-fight interview, she said like she felt her arm pop and stuff, and she thought she tapped, but she didn't. And good for Brogan Walker, she didn't. There was like 5 seconds left. She didn't tap. She made it through the whole fight, and she was trying to win. But Veronica Hardy, again, you can see significant strikes. She just outstrike her in the stand-up, and yeah, it was kind of exactly how we thought it was going to go. Decision. Up next, we got Vanderford versus Brahimash. Ramiz. I'm literally sitting in my underwear right now, by the way, guys, because that's how hyped I am about this fight card. It was a good fight. It was nice to have a good fight card finally, and there's lots of possibilities for fights that come out of this, the results from this fight card, which is awesome. Not for Patchy mix though. Austin Vanderford versus Brahimash. Good fight for how long it lasted. First round was decent. Who did they have winning round one? Yeah, it was a good fight. For the most part, though, like pretty evenly matched. Obviously, Austin Vanderford got clipped, and then went to the takedowns. Did an okay job grappling. Almost got submitted a couple times. He did get submitted in the end, but was able to fight out of it and get some good ground and pound and stuff off. Second round, Austin Vanderford, every time he was diving in, he was leaving his neck like right there to get guillotined or whatever, front head choked, front head locked. He's just like stuffing his head in the armpit. And he is like, we saw this with the other fight higher up, Punelli Soriano, but he was very confident in that position, just thinking he wouldn't get submitted, but he just left it too close. It was just too much there. Like there was no fighting it whatsoever. And Ramiz Brahimash just literally locked up like I don't want to say the easiest, but the easiest. Like it was kind of like a ninja choke because it was a guillotine, but like without the arm in guillotine. It was just a straight up. It was kind of just a straight up guillotine, but it was more just like lock. But yeah, anyways, it was just an easy sub for Ramiz Brahimash because he kept putting his head there, and then he would end up taking Ramiz down because Ramiz would go for the guillotine, or he would just get taken down from that position. But he was just leaving his neck right there to get choked, and second round he just left it there way too open. It was like way more open than before, and Ramiz Brahimash locked it up tightly. He didn't even have his legs involved or anything like that. It was just too tight. Austin Vanderford left his neck there for no reason. Other than that, he did okay, but Ramiz Brahimash was looking for the submissions the whole fight. We got Chris motherfucking Gutierrez, bro. I think this guy's. I want to see. Will it tell me his fight record, like his previous fights? Here, let me see. Okay, so he won against Castaneda last. Did he Yudong? I guess he's like lose one, win one, lose one, win one. But bro, we gotta get this guy out of here. Like, I don't know. What, lose one, win one? Okay, went on like a what? 3 fight win streak. He's been in the UFC forever, man, honestly. B. Morales. Yeah, dude. I don't know. He does have a decent amount of wins in the UFC. It's just like, oh my God, brother. Like, this guy is just. Can't I go back? There you go. He's just a decision merchant. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. He's just a decision merchant, and he never does enough to. He never forces he never. If he's down on the scorecard, he's never going to push it to win the fight. And that's kind of what we saw in this fight. We all knew was coming into it. I picked Farid Bashrat. Even though he was up on the scorecards 2 rounds, in the third round, he was still the guy that was coming forward. He was still the guy that was putting on a pace. He's still the guy that was looking to win the round. Chris Gutierrez, this corner is literally like pleading with him like, hey, pressure this guy, go forward, throw more than one strike at a time. And he literally does exactly the opposite of that. He, low kicks at range, switches stances, couple feints, one shot at a time. And in the third round, he put together he actually listened to his corner advice for a total of 30 seconds, almost got a finish, and then decided, hey, okay, well, because listening to them worked and what everybody has been saying I'm not good at the last 3 fights actually worked, I'm going to do the opposite again. And yeah, he did the opposite again. He knew he needed to get a finish in that third round to win the fight. And you could just see, he just, I don't want to say he didn't try to get a finish in the third round, because at the very beginning he did get kind of close to getting a finish, but after that he just didn't try to get a finish at all. If he put that kind of pressure he was putting on Farid Bashrat in the beginning of the third round, if he did that, ideally you do it from the first round, but if you lose the first round, you better be pressuring and putting that kind of effort and outputting your opponent from the second round all the way to the very end of the fight. No matter how fucking tired you are, no matter if you're worried about getting KO'd or whatever, if you lose the first round, you need to make sure that if it goes to a decision, you are doing as much as you possibly can to make sure that you're up on the strikes and up on the output and giving yourself at least a chance to win a decision. He didn't even give himself a chance to win a decision. But again, it's like hard to be disappointed because it's what we expected. He actually doesn't have a bad striking game. It's just like he doesn't pressure. I've fought people like this in the past, and I've had people that I train with like this in the past, and train with in general. That they just don't. They don't let a fight. They don't give themselves a chance to win the fight. They just don't throw enough. They're always getting outthrown 3-1, and they're waiting for like the perfect shot. They're trying to be technical or whatever, but they just lose decisions over and over and over again. And that's kind of what happens to Chris Gutierrez. He's either going to win a very close decision or lose, most likely lose. And Farid Bashrat definitely did a great job in striking. He rocked him with some shots, hit Chris Gutierrez with some good shots. He looked a lot smaller than Chris, which I was surprised about. But anyways, it was like Farid Bashrat, I think even if Chris Gutierrez put the pace on him and did what we all want him to do, would probably still have won the fight, but it would have been a lot closer and he would have at least given himself a chance. So, yeah, it was just one of those. It was kind of annoying to see. But Farid Bashrat needs to fight somebody better. Chris Gutierrez, in my opinion, I don't really want to see him fight in the UFC or fight in general. I'm just tired of seeing people that just let themselves lose decisions. I don't know. Maybe like you can be like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, that's too harsh of a take. But there's so many people we see like just let themselves lose decisions and they're okay with it. Or they're just like, oh, well, like I tried my best. Well, clearly you didn't. Like you could have pressured harder. And if you get finished, okay, but that's the risk that you have to take. Macy Chasson, or you just don't want to win that bad. Macy Chasson versus Yana Santos. Honestly, I'd really fuck Macy Chasson. I'm not a big fan of her as a fighter. First of all, she looks like a teenage boy named Ralph, I guess. But this girl literally always misses weight. Like missing weight, no complaint, no apologies, nothing. Like she's like, yeah, well, you're getting paid to fight me. Who cares? Yeah, but you still have to make weight, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna call you bro. I'm calling you bro because you look like a bro, but you have to make weight, bro. And to be fair for Macy Chasson, unlike Chris Gutierrez, she is somebody who is trying to win the fight. She's doing as much as she possibly can to win the fight. Is she a good enough fighter to win a lot of fights? No, but she's not letting herself lose a decision by lack of trying. She's at least trying. So I respect her for that. It was a good fight. It was a gritty fight. Yana Santos was just doing more in the close range and the clinch and stuff like that. She was landing nasty shots, little elbows, little uppercuts, just grabbing the back of her head and feeding her uppercuts. Yana Santos looked mean. She looked aggressive, angry, violent in this fight. She was definitely a little bit smaller. I think, like, for the most part, she's had, like, her last couple fights, she's kind of on a comeback, which is kind of sick to see. She's won a couple fights in a row. I guess we'll take a look here. But she's just, she's been fighting people that keep missing weight, which is so annoying. Like, and I understand, like, she's on a 3-fight win streak now, but I believe Chelsea Chandler missed weight. I think Miesha Tate maybe missed weight. I'm not sure. Macy Chasson missed weight. She lost to Holly Holm and why is Rosa something Rosa? I don't even know these women fighters, honestly. And then she lost a couple fights before that. Let's see. She's been in the UFC for a while too, I think. Win. Yeah. She fought Aspen Ladd, probably missed weight because that girl literally always misses weight with her big ass forehead. Good win streak. Cyborg is her first fight in the UFC. That's tough. But yeah, it's just annoying. I understand her frustration, like having to always fight people. Sorry, I'm trying to go back on the page. Always having to fight people that keep missing weight. And she fought like she was pissed off, and she did a good job. She won a decision. She landed the more damaging shots. It was pretty funny to see Macy Chasson like fully convinced that she won the fight at the end with her hand up, like, yeah. And then it's like so obvious that she lost the fight. Like she lost that fight clearly. She got front kicked in the face at one point, which was hilarious. But yeah, good win for Yana Santos. I'm glad Macy Chasson didn't win, especially when she's missing weight. So yeah, it is what it is. Punali Soriano versus Nikolai Vertenikov. Didn't really see this one happening this way. I did pick Punali Soriano to win, but I didn't think he would wrestle this much. He did the same thing as what we were talking about with Austin Vanderford, where he's just putting his head in guillotines. And Nikolai Vertenikov was jumping guillotines all night. And they were close. They were definitely close. But the problem with guillotines is they're so hard to finish in the... That's a Diet Coke, by the way. That shit's good. They're so hard to finish in a high level in the UFC. And a lot of times when Punelli Soriano was putting his head in this guillotine and Nikolai Vertenikov was going to jump it, he would get at least one, like he would at least be in half guard, or he would at least get to side control. So then it kind of nullifies the guillotine. But yeah, it was, I don't want to say it was a close fight, but it was kind of a close fight. It was more just like Punelli Soriano like going for takedowns, trying to get dominant position, putting his head in guillotine, getting caught in a guillotine, having to fight out of a guillotine, and then yeah, that was pretty much it. It wasn't a lot of stand up. Punelli Soriano did throw a lot of shots, ground and pound wise, when you had Vertenikov on the back, but like not crazy. His grappling looked good, but not crazy good. Vertenikov was sweeping him at times and looking for submissions, and I think Vertenikov just went, maybe even just did a little bit too much looking for the guillotine, where if he just didn't look for the guillotine or jump it, like he jumped it a couple times. He jumped it at the end of the fight too. If he didn't like jump it quite as many times, and it was tight, but if he didn't jump it quite as many times and you just like, you know, maybe let's just think about this here, defended the takedown and then, you know, created some space and got some striking, he might have been able to have like do some damage on the feet against Soriano. He was a little bit out grappled, not by much, but a little bit out grappled and enough to lose the fight. Wasn't a very entertaining fight, to be honest. That's the prelims. I got a couple of them right. I think I got half them right. Not great. I think I did a little bit better. Moving up the card, I did pick Patchy mixed though, so fuck me, eh? Emmett Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. Emmett Shabazian, I picked him for sure because he's actually good. He's got good technique. Muniz has got some good grappling, but so does Emmett, and Emmett's striking is way better than Muniz, and we saw that. He did get hit with a couple shots by Andre Muniz in the second round, at the end of the first round, but for the most part, it was kind of Emmett Shabazian doing his thing at range with Muniz, landing some good shots. And then the one thing about Emmett Shabazian that I always kind of forget, but he has really, really good finishing capabilities. Like, if he hurts you, he is jumping on you and he is just blasting you until the end of the round. Like, no let up. There's 3 seconds left. He's not one of these guys who's going to, like, you know, walk over, take his time. If he hurts you, he's jumping on you and he's landing big shots. That's exactly what happened to Andre Muniz. Emmett Shabazian caught him with a clean shot. I'm trying to remember what shot he caught him with. I can't quite remember. But drops him and immediately to the ground and pound, throwing nasty elbows, 12-6 elbows, straight elbows down the top. Really good damaging shots that are going to get a fight finished. And with 2 seconds left in the round, he finished Andre Muniz. Like, the ref jumped in because he was landing big shots. And to be fair, after the ref jumped in, even though there's 2 seconds left in the round, Andre Muniz was out. Like, he was lying on his back like, oh, I'm fucking dead. And it was the right call to stop the fight. Great first round win from Emmett Shabazian. He's kind of back. Like, let's go. This is a new feature. I forgot I could do this, where I could go check out their histories, their fight histories this easily. But he's kind of been on a run, if I remember correctly, right? Like, he lost to fucking Mershard somehow. Other than, I guess he lost to Hernandez too. But other than that, he's not done too bad. Like, Muniz, okay, should have won that one. Prochazka, okay, should have won that one. Budka should have won that one. He did win these, like, not high level, but fuck me, he lost to Joe Mershard. But he was winning this fight until he got subbed. And then he beat Dobson, and then obviously he lost to Hernandez, which, to be fair, most people are losing to Hernandez. Lost to Mavov, but Mavov was way up there. And lost to Hermanson. He's really only losing to, like, top 15 guys. Lost to Brunson. Yeah, he's really only losing to top 15 guys, and he is a good fighter. So I think it's time that we see Emmett Shabazian take his step back up into the top 15 and probably lose again against somebody up there. I think he's good enough to win some good fights at top 15, but not top 10 is going to be a hard push for him. But yeah, he's definitely better than Andre Muniz in this level of competition, so he should be moving up. Holy fucking Patchy Mix is out. Black Patchy Mix is gone. White Patchy Mix is back. Dude, I don't know how you can't, like, my nickname for this guy on this channel is going to be the White Patchy Mix. Like, we'll come up with a better name from that, but than that. But, like, he's literally just a white version of Patchy Mix. Strike's pretty much the same as Patchy Mix. Grappling's pretty much the same as Patchy Mix. Build is pretty much the same as Patchy Mix. Skinny-ass legs, this odd-shaped torso up top. He's got this just, okay, like, I'm not going to move my head very much and just grapple kind of technique. And to be fair, people are calling this a fucking robbery. They're like, this was a robbery against Patchy Mix. Dude, I don't think it was a robbery. I think it was a very close fight. It all comes down to the second round. And I don't think Patchy Mix did enough to, like, clearly win that round by any means. I think Jacob Whitlax could have won that round. So, could you give this win to Patchy Mix? Yes, but it was, like, as close of a fight as you could have made it. And people were saying it was a robbery, but it was a really close fight, dude. Jacob Whitlax won the first round. He was looking for more submissions the whole fight than Patchy Mix. He was doing better in the striking stand-up than Patchy Mix. And you can see 107 total strikes to 75. A lot of not just fucking French. I don't even understand. Sorry, guys. But a lot of, like, takedown attempts from Patchy Mix, but it was mostly just Jacob Whitlax jumping on guillotines, right? So you got to take that with a grain of salt. More significant strikes for Jacob Whitlax. The only round that Patchy Mix definitely won, I think, was the third round, and he just lay and prayed. Like, he just laid on top of Jacob Whitlax, didn't look for any kind of submission, didn't look for, well, I mean, he did look for a couple elbows in the second and third round and some strikes from the top, but very, very few, very, very far between, and didn't really open up. Like, he was just like, okay, I just got to win a decision, and, like, he lost the decision. It was what we kind of talk about in the other fight with Chris Gutierrez, like, you have to be confident that you won these rounds. And you cannot be confident that you won that second round. That was a close round, man. Total strikes, 48 to 35. Submission attempts, 3 for Jacob Whitlax. And I think that's what won on the round. Like, Patchy Mix was, trying to get the grappling going. He was losing the striking in this round. Like, he didn't get the better of the striking. It was very close, but he didn't get the better of the striking. The takedown attempts pretty much all came from Jacob Whitlax jumping a guillotine. And then Patchy Mix would eventually work his way out of the guillotine, even though it was pretty tight, and then, like, try to just, like, hold Jacob. But he didn't cause any damage on the ground. That was the problem, right? And then third round, obviously, Patchy Mix, I think we all can admit that he won that round. But it still wasn't it was a clear round for Patchy Mix, but it wasn't, like, a dominant round by any means. So I have no problems with the Jacob Whitlax fight, him winning that fight. When I was watching it live, I was like, fuck, that second round is really close, and I think Jacob, like, could have won it. Like, I think if I had to be a judge, I would probably pick Jacob Whitlax to have won that round. So it was close, and you could go either way, but it was like Patchy Mix really didn't do anything of value. And yeah, I don't know. I picked Patchy Mix to win this fight, so fuck me, I guess. This guy's downfall is, like, meteoric. This guy has had the biggest. Dude, he just got fucked. Like, he's came into the UFC, he's like, he should not have ever came into the UFC because his stock went from, like, way up here to, like, down here in a matter of 2 fights. His first fight, okay, we get it. You're fighting a good guy in Mario Batista. Next fight, again, Jacob Whitlax is a good guy. He's a KSW champ, but, like, it's his first fight in the UFC. But Patchy Mix is a Bellator champ, and yeah, Bellator is one of the bigger promotions, but how much better is the talent in Bellator than KSW? Like, a bit better? A tiny bit better? Yeah, I know he beat, like, Sergio Pettis and stuff like that, but come on. Anyways, yeah, Patchy Mix is, like, he better win this next fight in the most fucked up fashion ever. Otherwise, he's probably going to get cut. And who the fuck is he going to fight? Like, he's going to be fighting bottom of the barrel, like, debut guys in the UFC because, like, he literally fought a debut guy in the UFC and lost. Anyways, this motherfucker Daniel Santos versus Dusseung Yu. Fuck Daniel Santos, first of all. Not that he's a bad fighter or he's not entertaining. I don't like him. It's just like this dude fucking misses weight. Like, he missed weight. But it's like, it's more just like he misses weight and then he's like, I know Dusseung Yu was talking shit in the fight, so I understand why Daniel Santos was, like, going to start talking shit at the end of the fight. But, like, brother, you missed weight. You had to ask for catch weight up 7 fucking pounds. You were fat. You looked fat in there, dude. Like, come on. And yeah, I don't know. The thing that bothered me about this fight for the most part was just Daniel Santos at the end of the fight after he did get a finish over Dusseung Yu. And he had a good performance, but it was more just the fact that he was like, talking shit afterwards. It's like, brother, you missed weight by like 7 pounds. You had to get a catch weight. I don't know. It was one of those ones where you're like, yeah, like you won, but like also like, it's not one of the wins that you should be like gloating about, if that makes sense. Dusseung Yu looked good. He looked good in the very first round. He was, he won the first round for sure. He had a dominant first round. He is way too open with his chin up. Like, he's trying to fight like Conor McGregor and have this style. Conor McGregor's got way better defense than this dude. Dusseung Yu, his striking, his vision, his eyesight, his ability to keep the arms open, fight at range like this is really good. Like, he does a really good job of it, but not a good enough job for this high level of competition. Because if Dusseung Yu doesn't land a knockout counter shot, you're going to have little blockheads like Daniel Santos who are going to walk you down. And as you back up, and you got your chin up in the air like this, eventually you're going to get caught. It's just going to happen. You're going to get caught. That's what happened in this fight. Like, Dusseung Yu first round looked really good. He was kicking Daniel Santos' ass at range. He looked like, I don't want to say he looked like a world beater or like a really good prospect or anything like that. He looked like he had a lot of talent and a lot of, potential. Lots of potential, but you can tell, like, he's a little too open to getting countered. Like, he's really fighting with his chin up here, and he backs up. And, yeah, Daniel Santos made the right adjustments in the second round. He just decided, okay, like, I'm going to have to come forward. I'm going to have to pressure this guy. And he pressured him up against the cage and was able to get him out of there. Dusseung Yu was trying to counter shot, but he literally landed on Daniel Santos, but he's throwing his counter shot like this while he's up against the cage, and his chin's up here like this. So he has no room to back up anymore. And even though he's still landing with this counter shot, like, he's wide open, and Daniel Santos, like, took the shot as he was throwing and clipped Dusseung Yu, dropped him. Good finish. I mean, I think Dusseung Yu was like right out. Like, he was like, he almost got flatlined. He might have got flatlined, actually. Anyways, yeah, Dusseung Yu just needs a little bit more defense. Eventually, at the higher levels of fighting, you're going to have guys like Daniel Santos who are kind of little blockheads that are just going to say, fuck your footwork, and they're going to take, like, they're going to pull what Yuri did in the end of this fight, and they're just going to come forward, and they're not going to be like Chris Gutierrez where they're going to lose the decision at range. They're going to decide to come forward and either get knocked out, which could have happened to Daniel Santos, or win the fight. And Daniel Santos made the right adjustments, and he took that chance, and that it worked out for him. And he had a sick promo afterwards, like, we are shoot the box, something Brazil. I have missed weight, and I'm a little bit chunky. But yeah. Anyways, good win from Daniel Santos. Dusseung Yu, I think, has still got a lot of potential in the UFC, but he definitely has to work on it a little bit. His showboating was hilarious in the fight, though. Atiba Gauthier versus Treston Vines. We all picked Gauthier. I think he was a minus 4,000 favorite at one point, which is fucking retarded. But yeah, Gauthier literally just came out there and just fucking blasted Treston Vines like as easy as you probably could have blasted anybody. 6 total strikes. It's ridiculous. First of all, Treston Vines at the beginning just ran around on his bike around the cage the whole time, which not the worst like thing to do. Again, I get it against Atiba Gauthier. But yeah, then he shot a takedown from like 20 feet out. Obviously, Atiba Gauthier like just defended the takedown with ease, landed a nice knee, rocked Treston Vines. Definitely had him way more intimidated after that. He's like, how can I even close distance against this guy? And then, yeah, pretty much went to get another takedown. Treston Vines did the right thing by trying to pressure Atiba Gauthier. Like, you cannot just let Atiba Gauthier walk you down and out-technique you and just, like, get you up against the cage and look for a big shot. You can't do that. Treston Vines did a good job of trying to close distance and trying to grapple him, but he left his head on the outside going for the body lock or whatever, and just got elbowed in the side of the head a couple times. And you can see, like, it was kind of weird because he, like, Didn't look like the shots like hurt that bad, and then all of a sudden he's like getting flung around and like out on the ground. But you can see like the second or third elbow to the head that Atiba Gauthier landed, like it's right on the temple, and this dude has got insane explosive power. Definitely rocked him and definitely stunned him. And then they're like, oh wow, so easy how Atiba Gauthier shucked him off. But it was partially because he was pretty out of it after that, like second or third elbow to the side of the fucking head. And then once Atiba Gauthier just threw him to the ground, he just unloaded. It was an easy win for Atiba Gauthier. Yeah, I mean, this dude's a problem for a lot of people. Get him another fight right away. Like, he's just dominating these guys. Get him a fight in a month. Fuck it. Abus Magomedov versus Joe Pfeiffer. Big Joe Pfeiffer. This was an easy one for me to pick. I mean, I kind of just Abus Magomedov. He's good, but he's not as good as Joe Pfeiffer anywhere, in my opinion. First round grappling was a little bit concerning. Joe Pfeiffer just went for kind of a shitty takedown attempt and ended up on bottom. And Abus Magomedov was able to hold him on bottom the whole fight. I was surprised with how strong or how big Abus Magomedov was. I thought Joe Pfeiffer was one of the bigger guys for this division, but Abus Magomedov is a big fucking dude for this division. So that was kind of where he had the success in the grappling in the first round. He was able once he had top control, he was able to kind of control Joe Pfeiffer a little bit, and definitely won that round like easily. Joe Pfeiffer said he wasn't feeling like himself in the first round. Who knows if that was really the case or just a bad takedown and ended up on bottom. Like, who knows? But yeah, second round, Joe Pfeiffer came out and looked exactly like he normally does. He's a problem with the striking because, A, he does have good striking, but it's kind of like Atiba Gauthier where they have this presence where they just walk you down and they're just looking to land big shots. And you can, like, they're technical, but they got this presence. It's like when Pereira's walking down Ankelayev in the fight, Atiba Gauthier is walking you down, cutting off the cage. Like they get these guys scared and backing up, and they're able to kind of, once you have that going on, you're able to kind of do what you want. Like that, it's hard to be on the back foot when a big strong guy's like just walking you down, pressuring you, and they do a really good job of that. One thing that Joe Pfeiffer and Atiba Gauthier and even Pereira understand very well is that it doesn't have to be a clean shot. Like you have a guy as strong as these three guys that are throwing like a punch with good technique with like half decent setup, half decent timing or whatever. But they're throwing it as hard as they can. Like even if it hits you, you get your hand up, you're ready to block it, you're thinking about countering it. It's going to hurt. It's going to rock you. And Abus Magomedov saw the punch coming. He even like got his hand up, kind of hit like the back of his hand and hit his head and rocked him. Like you cannot block. Like a lot of the times you see people, especially like in, cause you're generally told like, hey, Muay Thai, you're going to keep your hands up here. Boxing, you keep your hands up here. You're going to block like this, right? Somebody throws an overhand right. I'm going to block like this. This shit is not going to stop fucking Joe Pfeiffer throwing like a Joe Pfeiffer fucking fastball at your dome. You have to get out of the way. Like, unless you're all out of options and like you're literally stuck up against the fence, you're hurt and you're just trying to survive, like you can try to block. But the biggest thing is you need to get out of range. Like, you just need to get out of range. And when they walk you down and they have you up against the fence, they know you only have two options. They know you're either going to block or you're going to try to counter. And yeah, I mean, Abus Magomedov tried to block it, didn't block it, got fucking clocked. And yeah, Joe Pfeiffer had him hurt. Once he had him hurt, he got him to the ground and then was able to hop on the back. He went for a head and arm triangle against the cage, which was kind of a weird decision because the cage was in the way, but was able to take the back from there and get a rear naked choke. It wasn't even under the chin, but, you know, Joe Pfeiffer's a big, strong dude. He's going to just crank on that thing. So, yeah, good submission win from Joe Pfeiffer. He's a pretty good, like, all-around fighter for this division. Like, he's quite good. His grappling's not bad, and his striking is, you always have to worry about what's going on. He does a really good job of like, he reaches with his fingers out like this, like pointing at the camera like John Jones, but to finger you in the eyeball. But no, he does a good job of measuring his distance with his lead hand. And he does have a lot of range for this division, so a lot of times it's very hard for these guys to counter over him, especially because he moves in and out quite well. And if you do try to counter over it, he's going to, like, you step into range, he's going to throw that right hand. So he does a good job of measuring distance with this hand and look for that right hand shot. Nope, that's not what I want to click on. I want to click on Joe Pfeiffer there. Big Joe, Mr. Body Bags. And his post-fight, whatever, speech or yelling at Mick Maynard was pretty funny too. He's like, just fucking screaming at him like, you thought I was scared of this guy? Like, fuck you, pretty much. It's pretty funny. Look at this. Total strikes thrown, Josh Emmett versus Yusup Salal. 0. Fucking 0, bro. Ugh. God damn it, dude. This Moroccan motherfucker, Yusup Salal, the Moroccan devil. He picks up another win. Honestly, I know he had that fight against Calvin Kattar. Even he acknowledged it. He ran like the whole third round, pretty much, but I don't know. It was kind of the smart thing, to do. Ever since he came back to the UFC, he's been on a run. He's been just beating everybody. He's got really good grappling. He's got a good submission game. He's finishing everybody by submission, but his striking is really, really good too. I just think, like I said earlier in this video, I think this was a really, really bad performance from Josh Emmett. Not in the fact that he wasn't ready, just the fact that like he made one little mistake early on and he got caught in a submission, and I think typically that wouldn't happen in this fight. 9 times out of 10 that doesn't happen in this fight. Like not this early on, not this quickly, not without Josh Emmett at least like getting to settle into the fight. I mean, this happened at what, minute 38 into the fight, so very, very early on. It was just one of these things where Josh Emmett tried to crash in a little bit too early on, and Yusup Salal ducked it, timed it well, got the takedown. And to be fair, we all saw that fucking armbar coming. And it was almost like Josh Emmett thought that he was like, it's like, oh well, I'll let Yusup Salal get his leg over my head, but I'll still be able to just muscle my way out of here. And he wasn't. It looked like, in my opinion, he didn't show enough urgency to get out of the submission, and he just kind of assumed that like it's not like super locked up right now. Like I'm going to be able to pull my way out of it, slam him, or do something to get out of the submission, and that was the mistake. I think if he showed more urgency to rip his arm out of there, to like get the leg off of his head, he probably would have been able to escape the submission. But again, it's like it's so early on in the fight, nothing's really happened. You're not really like warmed up yet, and you're just like, you think you have an extra second that you don't have, and all of a sudden that armbar is super tight. Good win from Yusup Salal. Sucks for Josh Emmett. He was coming to this fight saying like, I know I can be world champion. He does not. Unfortunately, this is a tough thing to say, but he does not have what it takes to be a world champion, especially in this division. Like, he's too one-dimensional. He's just way too one-dimensional. And bro's 40 now. But not that that matters. But, yeah. Holy fuck. Let's go for that. We got Yuri Prochazka versus Khalil. Dude, this was awesome. Watching Yuri come back in this fight was like, this was the shit that like we all live for as UFC fans. This was fucking awesome. This was like, I screamed out of my apartment. My girlfriend woke up. She's like, bruh, what are you doing? Like, I was stoked. I was really stoked to see Yuri win this fight, especially in that manner. Because to be fair, I picked Yuri, but as the fight was going into that third round, I was like, brother, like, you're cutting it close now, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. We'll dive into it. First of all, I was pretty fed up with Joe Rogan glazing the fuck out of Khalil Rountree this whole fight. Like, this was one of those ones where it's like, literally Khalil, like, I know he won the first 2 rounds. Okay, we get it. I know he can do Muay Thai. We get it. His Muay Thai, first of all, Joe Rogan's glazing him like he's like the best Muay Thai striker in the fucking world. Like, the best Muay Thai striker anybody's ever seen. His Muay Thai is good for like, his Muay Thai striking is good for like UFC light heavyweight division. Outside of that, it's fucking mid. Like, I'm sorry, his technique, his striking, it's not that good. Like, it's really not that good. He throws a low kick. He throws these really like wide open loopy overhand shots. A little check hook, like not a little check hook, a fucking wild swinging check hook. And he just explodes every once in a while. Like, his Muay Thai is not that good. Like, it really isn't. He's not like a very technical Muay Thai fighter. His actual technique when he's throwing shots is not perfect by any means. It's very like very loopy, he gets away with it because he's fucking fighting at light heavyweight, and most of the guys in the UFC, especially at light heavyweight, don't have like great striking. They have okay striking, but like it's not that good. It's really not that good. And we saw Pereira was able to. I mean, yeah, okay, Khalil like won the first 2 rounds, but like he won the first 2 rounds, but it was just against Pereira. But like he was always going to get finished by Pereira in the striking. And you cannot say this. You cannot glaze this guy's striking if he's getting beat up. If he loses a striking match to a dude who's literally going like this, blocking punches with his fucking head. There was one point in the second round where Yuri Prochazka, Khalil would go to jab him and you just literally headbutt the fucking jab. Like, what, dude? And I think this fight card is just like an example of pretty much like in order to be one of the best in the UFC, you just have to be built fucking different. Everybody that won the last 3 fights, the main card, Yuri, Marab, Alex Pereira, all built different. They're literally, their biggest thing is they're just built different. Like even Alex Pereira, like we're talking about technique for technique. Like his like we can all admit his kickboxing technique is not perfect. Like he doesn't throw punches the technical proper way very often. He has really good timing. He has tons of experience. That's why he's so good. And he has little tricks and tips or little tricks that he's picked up like that work for his style. But like, if you think about it, like, is he a really, really technical striker? Yes, but he doesn't throw things the proper way, if that makes sense. It's kind of like in golf when you just say like, well, this is how you have a perfect swing or a perfect golf swing. But you know, then you have like all the pros on tour, like they're swinging differently. It's like swing your own swing, which is kind of like what Pereira does. But I really think that Khalil's kick or Muay Thai, it's good and it's better than most people in the division. But it's not to be glazed like he's the fucking next coming of Jesus in Muay Thai. He's not fucking Bokao or like he's not Senchai out there, dude. He's literally throwing a big body kick and an overhand left and like a right hook. Like that's pretty much it. A jab occasionally, maybe a jab occasionally. That's really it, man. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not just saying that Khalil Rountree is shit. I just think that his striking is highly overrated for what it is. His Muay Thai is okay. That was a big enough rant for that. But yeah, Yuri Prochazka came in and he just did an amazing job of getting the shit beat out of him for the first 2 rounds. His striking looked more sloppy than I remember. And he was getting pieced up by Khalil. Let's be real. But to be fair, the dude was fighting with his head down like this, like just trying to dodge punches with his head and not throwing very technical shots. He looked like he didn't have his footing in the first 2 rounds. But the dude has a fucking chin on him. And when I picked Yuri to win this fight, my main thing was like, I think he'll be able to take the shots that Khalil Rountree lands because he's good. Khalil Rountree's the cleaner, better striker, and he's going to land big shots on Yuri. But I think Yuri's going to be able to take it, and eventually he's just going to like push forward, address the issue, and he's going to land a big shot or two on Khalil, and Khalil's not going to be able to take it the same. And that's exactly what happened. One thing about Yuri, again, we talked about Chris Gutierrez and stuff like that, okay with losing a decision. Yuri he's like, I'm going to go into the fire kind of fighter. If he didn't take risks and address the issue and push pressure Khalil in the 3rd round, he would have lost the fight. He would have lost the decision. But instead, he's like, okay, I'm down 2 rounds. I'm either going to get knocked out by Khalil Rountree or I'm going to just fucking come forward and like try to land a shot and win the fight that way. And that's exactly what he did. He landed 1 shot, started to hurt Khalil, body shot, head shot, landed a couple clean shots. And then once he saw that Khalil was hurt, he just, again, this is another thing I said in the predictions as well, is that Yuri's a guy that's like, if he has you hurt, he's going to jump on you. He's going to go for a finish. He's gonna go for that. And that's exactly once he had Khalil hurt, he was just on him, and he was landing body shots, head shots, looking for finish. He was a little bit more patient than I thought, actually, waiting for a big shot, and eventually he just fucking flatlined Khalil Rountree. I think he murdered him, to be honest. And that was probably one of the best comebacks I've seen in a long time in a UFC fight. So insane win from Yuri Prochazka. I know it's kind of a long take on that, but really, really sick win, really good win. And I think that, like, I think you can give him a fucking title fight next. Against Pereira, I don't know if I necessarily want to see that because the problem with the way Yuri fights is like he can pressure and just step into the fire against most people like Khalil and other people like that. But there's one person in the division that won't work against, and that's Pereira. So, and he's not gonna be able to beat him at range, and I don't think he's gonna be able to grapple him. So I just don't see how Yuri wins against Pereira. I think he's got his number, but other than that, I think Yuri beats pretty much everybody else in the division. Yeah, I don't know. Put him against Oldberg, I think. Dvalishvili versus Corey Sandhagen. Kind of talked about this a bit earlier. Great win from Marab. He fought. Dude, he's just checking off every single person that we thought was built different in the bantamweight division that was good, that was super high level, that could probably be a world champion. Jan, Corey, Cejudo, fucking everybody, dude. Obviously O'Malley, like Umar. He's just running through them. Figgy. Yeah, anyways. He's just running through them all. And to be fair, I think this was a closer fight than a lot of people are saying. Corey Sandhagen did a really good job of defending the takedowns, not taking any damage, not getting held down to the ground. There was not one point in the fight where he was in any trouble in the grappling. Maybe I think it was the third or fourth round where Marab had him in a Darce lockdown, but he was just holding him there. And to be fair, I think Corey, even if Marab had time to, it was 20 seconds left, but if he had time to go look for a finish there, I think Corey Sandhagen still would have got out of it. And Corey Sandhagen landed some big shots in the feet. So did Marab. Obviously, Marab dropped him in the second round and almost finished the fight. I thought for a second that Marab was going to TKO him, was going to knock him out, Corey Sandhagen, and I was like, holy fuck, that would be making a statement. And also, I would feel very bad for Corey Sandhagen. But luckily, the ref let the fight go on long enough where Corey Sandhagen was able to, good for him, was able to work his way out of that position, get back into the fight, survive the round. 10-8 round from Marab for sure. Marab kind of had him really hurt, look for some striking opportunities, couldn't quite get him out of there in striking, then went into the grappling again, and then Corey had time to recover. After that, though, Corey did a good job bouncing back in the fight. I thought he could have won the first round for sure. Third round, Marab won the third round. It was still a close round, but Marab won it for sure. Fourth round, Sandhagen won. Fifth round, Sandhagen almost could have won, but I don't think he won it. I think Marab did just enough at the end of the fight to win it. But it was one of those fights where it could have almost gone to a draw. If you could have given if Sandhagen won the fifth round, you could have given him a draw. It was closer than people think. Definitely won the first round. Second round definitely lost. Third round definitely lost. Fourth and fifth. Fourth, he won. Third or fifth, maybe he lost, but he was close. He was landing some really big shots at the beginning of the round, and it looked like he was starting to pick it up. Cardio wasn't an issue for Sandhagen. Takedowns were the only kind of issue. He was just getting taken down, but he was able to get right back up right away, and he was able to disengage with Marab pretty much every time. So I don't know. Corey Sandhagen didn't look that bad. He did just about as good in the fight as Umar did, in my opinion. Umar had a little bit more offensive grappling from Marab, but other than that, Sandhagen did pretty good. It was just, Marab just took him down too much. Then we have the fucking main event. Holy shit, this was wild. I picked Pereira to win this fight. I kind of saw this happening. It was just I think if Pereira just disregards what Ankelayev has for him and walks forward and just fucking bullies them pretty much, he's going to be able to get a finish, and that's exactly what happened. He just came forward and he just bullied him. The only concern really was with Pereira bullying him and just coming forward is that Magomed could counter him. But let's be real, Magomed is he's got knockout power, but he's likely not going to knock out Alex Pereira with a counter shot. He's a good striker, but he's not Izzy. He's not Izzy's level of counter striker. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Pereira just literally came in there, fucking bullied the shit out of him, blasted inside low kicks, straight to the shin on shin like Blachowicz was doing, and just got him up against the fence like Joe Pfeiffer did. And you just literally just waiting and just blasted him. And to be fair, his shot was clean. It wasn't blocked. It was clean on Magomed's dome, bro. He was trying to counter. I saw this post on social media. It was Teddy Atlas saying never lead with a lead hand hook. Magomed was not throwing a lead hook. Like, he was trying to counter Alex's overhand right, and he thought he was out of the way, and he just wasn't, and he got hit with it, dropped to the ground. Once he got hurt, he dropped to the ground. He went immediately for a takedown on Pereira. Pereira just stuffed it easily because it was a bad takedown shot, and Magomed was already hurt. And they just blasted him with 12 to 6 elbows. Some people were saying it was an early stoppage. It was a bit early, but like, let's be real, Magomed Ankelayev wasn't getting out of that position, and he was just going to eat more elbows. Like, if the fight went on another 5 seconds, it wouldn't have changed the result whatsoever. Like, there's no way that Ankelayev was getting out of that. And you could tell by the way he didn't protest or anything like that. Like, he kind of knew he was in this position where, like, he was just going to keep getting fucking bodied. So, great win from Alex Pereira, dude. This guy's a fucking problem. He's built different. He's built so different. Same with Marab. Same with Yuri. Same with Yuri. Dude, what a sick 3 main fights. People are gonna say the Marab fight was a bit boring, but like, it was still entertaining. And the dude wants to fight again. I think that's amazing. Put Pereira up against Tom Aspinall in the White House. That's literally all we all want to see. I don't give a fuck if Pereira wins another lightweight fight. I don't give one flying fuck. I want to see if this guy can win 3 belts. And I think he has a chance against Tom Aspinall. He has the best chance in the stand-up against Tom Aspinall of anybody in the UFC. Obviously, the wrestling is going to be a problem for him. But he has a decent chance to stand up. And it is MMA, and anything can happen. You can get caught with a shot. So how crazy would that be if Pereira won 3 belts? And even if he didn't, he gets beat by Tom Aspinall. It's still a sick fight we're all going to want to see. So, that's a big burp. Anyways, that was a long-ass breakdown. I'm sorry I took 50 of your minutes, guys, but this was an insane card, and I want to talk about everything top to bottom. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Next week's card's mid, so yeah, it is what it is. But this was a good shake-up of things. See you in the next one.